Let's leave the Olympic Games now and talk. Let's talk tennis on the show before we talk about the Laureus awards. Talk about Roger Federer, what he's been able to do. He's been able to reinvent himself and win 2 awards yesterday. Let's talk about a big blow to Rafael Nadal. Someone jokingly told me today, when is all this going to stop? Is this guy going to be able to play tennis? Now the news is that, look, when Rafael Nadal is pulling out of the Mexican Open, and it's really sad, really.
I think he has to take a cue from Roger Federer.
Rest well.
Rest well. Take care of his body. He's a power player, a very physical player. You know, it's not so much about the skill, but his energy level is very high. He exerts a lot into his game. He really has to take care of himself, take time off. I know he's keen to come back after, the debacle at the Aussie Open. He really wants to get back, probably have at the back of his mind the fact that Roger has overtaken him as world #1. He really has to take his time. He cannot take on all comers. He cannot take on all events. Take time, rest, pick your events. Age is not on his side. You know you have a weak knee, you have issues with your shoulder. Take your time. Don't rush over events. Don't try to come back in a hurry. Same is happening to Andy Murray. Djokovic is also struggling with his own. Let him take his time. Right. I mean, he really needs to.
Okay, let's go on a break. When we return, we'll be wrapping things up here. Of course, we'll listen to Rafael Nadal and also talk about the Laureus Awards. Join us again.
The Channels 24 app means you'll always be in touch with the news. Get the latest local and international stories on the go. And there's our social media platforms for news from around the world. Watch the news live and play videos that matter to you. You can also check the Eyewitness section to report events around you. Just click on the Eyewitness icon and follow the instructions to upload your content. Channels 24 app, the news at your fingertips.
Yesterday in the last practice I felt something practicing with Adriano in Manarino, and yes, I went to the hospital this morning to check it, to do it an MRI, and yeah, I still have some liquid there, so I need to keep doing tests to know exactly what's going on. The sport is really similar to Australia, so we need to be sure about what's going on the next couple of days. And then we're going to work hard to try to recover as soon as possible. Now, for me, it's impossible today now to say something realistic about if I'm going to be in Indian Wells or not. My goal is be there, and I'm going to work to try to be there. But of course, I can't say yes or no now. I hope the test will be as positive as possible.
All right. Familiar story, familiar situation in 2018. Same face, Nadal looking sorry for himself, looking sad. Maybe listen to the advice of Joseph. Take a rest. Take a rest. I think that's what you should do.
Yeah, you should. If you look at what Federer is doing, last year he had the opportunity of overtaking Nadal as world #1. He skipped some events.
Had a good excuse. Injured.
That's it. You cannot.
Nobody's going to ban you.
Nobody's going to ban you. Take your time, rest well, and then come back stronger. Okay. But if he keeps stitching himself up and going for tourneys, I mean, he's going to have issues.
Okay, let's talk about the man. Anytime you mention Rafael Nadal, I mean, you have to flip it over and talk about the Swiss maestro, Roger Federer. It was a great night for him at the Laureus Awards. Just let's quickly talk about this before we listen to awards. I mean, what else can we say? Just at the point when we're saying, look, hold Roger, go and retire. The man inspires us all.
Yeah, he's taking good care of himself. He's picking his tournaments, 36 years of age, 97 career titles, 20 Grand Slam, retained his Australian Open title this year. Going for the next Grand Slam. He's really taking care of himself, and he's showing off.
All right.
Great. What else can we say about him? I mean, he's the king of tennis. You can't beat him. Yeah, he's done very, very well.
All right, so let's listen to the man now, Swiss maestro Roger Federer, world #1. We must say that. Let's put a little emphasis on that. Oldest man to be world #1. Let's listen to him, what he had to say after receiving the award, comeback of the year, and of course, sportsman of the year.
Roger Federer.
I'd like to thank now the Academy. You guys are incredible athletes. I'm very humbled to stand up here today and stand in front of you and receive this award, voted by you guys. I really appreciate that. The Laureus Foundation, you guys do amazing work. Really, you do. I have a foundation of my own, and I definitely get inspired very much and motivated by what you guys do. And maybe one day I'll be remembered for my philanthropic work rather than my tennis work. So everybody have a wonderful evening. This means the world to me. Thank you so much.
This is Master Roger Federer picking that one up yesterday. And of course, on the night, Serena Williams was the winner as well, Sportswoman of the Year. Mercedes team also, Team of the Year. Marcel Ogg received the Disability Award. Okay, so, all right. Joseph, before we go, let's talk about a man who has received a lot of...
an enigma.
People are even tired of criticizing the man. I mean, journalists just seem to poke him and he responds. The usual calm Arsene Wenger that we know, wise words, not there anymore. 2-3 minutes after an interview, he boils over. And now he's saying, why do you keep asking me about my job as if I'm going to lose my job? But the results will make those kind of questions.
Absolutely. The way they lost 3-0 in the Carabao Cup final. Tomorrow. They're playing against the same team tomorrow. And, it's... After 21 years, he's really seen it all, really. There is nothing left. I would believe that.
Should he go?
He's near. Of course, as a necessity, he should. I think he's run out of ideas of vision, I think Arsenal needs something more, something refreshing because, he's had it all. I don't think there's anything he has to offer the club anymore.
All right, now we are parting shot on the show tonight. Master Wenger, if you're listening to Joseph Mukuzi, says it's time to go. And it's time to go for us as well. That's the show tonight. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.